So we have a brand new Star Wars Episode 8/Force Awakens theory to talk about here on the channel, and this is definitely one of the more outlandish theories that we've discussed. And I just want to get this out of the way that the likelihood of this theory occurring is very, very slim to none. I would say even closer to none than slim. But at the same time, I would end up kicking myself if this theory did end up to be true, and I didn't touch on it on my channel before Episode 8 came out, or 9 for that matter. So if all else fails and this theory ends up having no water or holding no water to it at all, I hope that I can at least deliver to you guys an entertaining video and that it at least makes you think a little bit, if nothing else. So with all of those introductions out of the way, let's go ahead and start off with this brand new theory that has emerged. So the theory basically implies that Supreme Leader Snoke and Kylo Ren are the same individual, and that somehow Supreme Leader Snoke has discovered the idea or the concept of time travel, be that through the Force or other means, and he has actually traveled back in time to teach his younger self about the Force. His younger self, of course, being Ben Solo or Kylo Ren. So there's not a whole lot of evidence supporting this theory, but there is a little bit of shaky ground that it holds as far as evidence goes, and I'd like to present some of that to you. I'd like to get the biggest piece of evidence out of the way right now, and that is that Supreme Leader Snoke and Kylo Ren, after Kylo Ren's battle with Rey on the Starkiller base, he got scarred by the blade of a lightsaber, and Supreme Leader Snoke has a similar scar on his face, along with many other scars that we can see that Supreme Leader Snoke possesses, and it's still unclear how he got these scars, although some of them do look like they could have come from a lightsaber, or possibly even Force lightning, which at this point we obviously know Kylo Ren has not sustained any damage from. Now, the other piece of evidence for this theory is that Rian Johnson, the director, writer, and the writer of Episode 9 for Star Wars, has been involved with time travel films in the past, of course with Looper, which, by the way, a little off topic, but that's a great film, and I definitely recommend you guys go check out Looper before you go see Episode 8, just to kind of see what we're in for, or even go check it out now, because I think it's a really high quality film, and hopefully it gives us a little bit of a look onto how Rian Johnson will handle Episode 8. But getting back on track, Rian Johnson has also stated that he will be doing something with Star Wars Episode 8 that hasn't been done in the Star Wars universe before, and this has led many to believe, not myself, that it could involve time travel. And that is basically it as far as evidence goes. It's not very good at all, strong evidence. But like I said, I would end up kicking myself if this theory did turn out to be true, and I never talked about it. And also I've been getting a few requests to talk about it. So what would this mean for the Star Wars universe if Kylo Ren and Supreme Leader Snoke actually turned out to be the same individual? Well, for starters, it would mean that as it stands right now, Kylo Ren would live to be a pretty old man and, of course, grow up to be Supreme Leader Snoke. And we don't really know the extent of Supreme Leader Snoke's powers, so we wouldn't exactly be sure of Kylo Ren's extent of powers at the end of the line, because as we can see from Snoke, like I said, he seems to be an old, damaged man, which means if this theory is true, Kylo Ren is not only going to have to live with that scar on his face, but he's going to have to undergo some even more critical injuries. Also, what would be Supreme Leader Snoke's motivations to go back in time and help his younger self out? Maybe it's to prevent those injuries from ever happening in the first place, which would be interesting, although we do see that Kylo Ren does end up with that scar from Rey. He might want to go back and prevent him from being injured further, possibly by even Luke Skywalker or Rey yet again. Those are the only real reasons that I can come up with why Supreme Leader Snoke would want to go back and retrain himself, probably to prevent another injury from happening, or his injuries from happening, or to train himself to be more powerful, teach him information earlier on that maybe he didn't get to learn while he was a little bit younger until he was much older and unable to utilize it properly. These are all things that could happen. But in reality, this theory is really a shot in the dark, and it's one of the most least likely theories that I've ever heard around Star Wars. So that's basically all the theory holds. I know that a lot of you might want to add little stuff to this theory, maybe someone who watches this video actually believes in the theory and has had a really well thought out list that they've written down on why this could be possible, or they have a lot of ideas in their head on why this could be possible and why it could work, and that would be really interesting to hear on what do you guys think? How would you guys make this work if you had to? And I think that the general consensus will be that this is just really nothing important and it's just kind of a lame fan theory. But if you guys do honestly believe it, I'd love to hear what you guys think about it and what evidence you have that could support this theory. I'm highly interested into learning what Rian Johnson really means by introduced to things in the Star Wars universe that we haven't seen there yet. I'm really excited to figure out what all that means. I honestly, in my heart, doubt that it's time travel. That would shock me on a huge level, but it could be something else, and I'm pretty sure that it is. And like I said, I can't wait to figure out what this new thing is that will be introduced. It's too early to guess. It would just be shots in the dark similar to this theory, but I still am very excited about episode 8. I think Rian Johnson's going to do a great job with it overall. Like I said, I love Looper, adore that movie. In fact, it's one of my favorite movies, and I'm very happy to know that he is also writing episode 9. And unfortunately, he won't be able to direct episode 9, but I think that Colin Trevorrow, who did Jurassic World as well, will do a good job in directing episode 9, and I'm looking forward to both upcoming movies. So, in final closing, no, I don't think that this theory is real at all, but I still thought that it would make for an entertaining video. If you guys have any other theories that you'd like me to discuss, feel free to suggest them in the comments down below, and let's go ahead and talk about this theory. I'd love to see what people come up with as far as backstory on, and even evidence on how this could possibly be woven into the story. Really looking forward to that. So anyway guys, may the Force be with you. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a great day.